Hello, Doofer911 here. So this is another video about Microsoft Flight Simulator, but this time we have an official announcement from the Microsoft Flight Sim development team. So this announcement is basically their reaction to our reaction to the announcement trailer. And as always, there's a link in the description below if you want to go and read this article in full. So the article or the announcement begins with this quote here. For once you have tasted flight, you will walk the earth with your eyes turned skywards. For there you have been, and there you will long to return. Woo! Leonardo da Vinci, ladies and gentlemen. What a lad. Anyway, so the first paragraph of the announcement, basically it's the development team explaining that they're just taking a moment to reflect on this part of the development process. Making the announcement trailer and releasing it and seeing the reaction is has been a key milestone for them in developing Microsoft Flight Simulator. So they're just taking a moment to really reflect on sort of the development journey so far, and this announcement, or releasing the announcement trailer at E3. The second paragraph is basically expressing gratitude to the community for an overwhelmingly positive response to the announcement trailer. And rather interestingly, they also say this. They say, "Thank you for being patient enough to weather the turbulence caused by some of our previous missteps." So that indicates to me that they are aware that the community is maybe a bit skeptical about Microsoft Flight, potentially. So they are aware that the community might not be, fully happy with previous efforts from, Microsoft and their previous developments. Interesting to acknowledge that in the announcement. After that, they address some of the key sort of points of contention which have been raised by the community since the announcement trailer was released. So let's just rattle through them one by one. So number one, we are making Microsoft Flight Simulator. Emphasis on the word simulator. So hopefully that will allay any fears that this is going to be an arcadey type game. It seems like they definitely want to build a product which is has depth and detail rather than just something that just looks good but doesn't really offer much value in the way of a flying experience. So that's good to see that they are treating this as a simulator rather than a game. Point number two, designed for PC, optimized for multi-platform support, for example Xbox. So again, it looks like that their primary focus is designing the simulator to be played on PCs, and then they'll worry about sort of porting everything over to an Xbox afterwards. I'm still a tiny bit hesitant that they'll always have that thought in the back of their head when they're having development discussions. So, for example, if they're thinking of implementing a certain feature, I can't help but hesitate that they're always going to have that thought in the back of their mind that, oh, how will this work on an Xbox? And then that might in some way compromise how they would design it for a PC. Alternatively, it might encourage them to find a better way of designing it for a PC outlet. So it could work for them, it could work against them. As I said, for me personally, that's still something I'm a little hesitant about. Point number three, and this will be a big one for many people. Yes, we are supporting third-party content development and community content creation. We are aware of the concerns in the current ecosystem and are working to address them. So that's fantastic news for many people that they are supporting third-party, add-on content. So I'm not sure if that means that they will begin to reach out to some of the established third-party developers, or maybe they've already started that ball rolling. Again, this is one of those things that we just won't know until time passes and we get some more announcements. Number four, yes, we genuinely want to work closely with the community in the development of this title. So that's a bit of good news that we kind of already know, because they've made it clear from the outset that they have this insider sign up, so that's already supporting that that statement that they want to involve the community during the development of the process. You can see for anyone who has signed up, there will be some forums here as well. So I'm guessing that will be to discuss any bugs or gameplay mechanics or features of the sim. Obviously, they can have some back and forth with some of the members of the development team. And finally, 5, accessibility is important to us. Whatever your abilities are, if you want to fly, we are going to do whatever we can to make that happen. Yoke and pedals, mouse and keyboard, controller, no pilot should be left behind. So certainly from a controller standpoint, that's what they're alluding to here. They're certainly going to cater to everyone's needs. What I would be interesting to know, and they don't really directly address it here, but they say accessibility is important to us. So I'm wondering if that also includes a person's computing power. Will the simulator be able to run on older hardware that might not be as powerful as new hardware, for example? There's been a lot of speculation about whether Microsoft are going to take advantage of cloud computing or some sort of cloud gaming service. So again, does that fall under this accessibility umbrella? I guess it would. But again, it's one of these other things that we'll just have to wait and see as time goes by what they mean by accessibility. In the next paragraph, they start wrapping things up. They say that over the next few months, they'll be basically communicating more updates and making more announcements. Interestingly, here they say that maintaining a collaborative relationship with the community starts with transparency and clearly communicated expectations. So those are all good noises that all would give us a good customer experience before the product's even released. So if they stay true to that, that's all good. Early August is our current timeline for kicking off the communication of the development roadmap. So we can expect to start hearing or seeing a lot more announcements in early August. And then they basically wrap up the announcement there. Thank you sincerely, the Microsoft Flight Simulator team. So there you go. So that's the announcement from Microsoft. I think it's a very positive announcement. Certainly they're addressing a lot of the key points that the community have raised. Of course, they're not really giving any detail about these items at the moment. So again, it's going to have to be one of these wait and see. Okay, so my personal takeaway from this announcement is mainly a positive one. Microsoft seem to be proud of what they've produced and proud of the reaction they've received, and rightfully so. They are quite right. It has been a predominantly positive announcement. They've also addressed a lot of the concerns, or a lot of the primary concerns that were raised by people who were sort of not a bit unsure about this new simulator. So they seem to be aware of the concern, or they're clearly aware of the concerns that the community has about their previous effort in Microsoft Flight, and also with third-party development integration as well. They're certainly making all of the right noises, and all of this about wanting to clearly communicate expectations. That's all good stuff for the community. So hopefully they deliver that. They stay true to that. But yeah, certainly right now they're making all of the right noises. As always with my videos, please let me know what you think. Has this announcement kind of addressed all of the concerns that you had about Microsoft Flight Simulator? I understand there'll probably people who still have concerns because there's not really any detail about how they're going to address these concerns yet. But let me know what you think in the comments. Is Microsoft's kind of acknowledgement of these concerns, is that enough to sort of help calm your fears, or are you still skeptical about it? For those of you who are skeptical about it, please let me know in the comments below. As always, I'm going to do the typical YouTuber begging thing. If you like this video, if it's helped give you a bit more kind of perspective of what's going on with Microsoft Flight Simulator, please give me a like or even give me a subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. It would really help me out a lot. And yeah, if you want to stay up to date with what I'm doing on this channel, please hit the notification bell. And yeah, I will be releasing more content other than Microsoft Flight Simulator announcements and reactions and stuff. So I will have some more Flight Sim stuff coming out fairly soon, hopefully. Fingers crossed I'll free up a bit more time. Anyway, that's all for now. Stay tuned for more videos. But until the next time, thank you all very much for watching. Take care out there, and I will catch you all later.